Hello and welcome to today's video, and today we're going to talk about what I want to see from Nintendo's movies and TV shows in the future. And I believe there will be multiple movies from Nintendo and probably a few TV shows in the future. Especially since last year Nintendo purchased Dynama Pictures, and I really want to see what they're gonna do with this. I have already a few ideas of what I certain will happen, but I also want to talk about what I think will happen. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Let's get the obvious one out first, and that is a sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'm not too big of a fan of the idea of the sequel to Super Mario Bros. Being a Luigi Mansion type of story, but I don't hate it either. I'm a bit neutral on it, but I will most rather prefer Wario or Waluigi to be the main antagonist. I'm not quite sure which game they should set this next movie on, but this first one was a bit of combination of multiple games, so I do think the same will happen with the next one. But if they're going with Super Mario Bros. 2, then maybe King Wart should be the main villain. Again, I'm not a fan of this. I really don't want him to be the villain. I just don't care that much about the character. I actually want to see him as a main villain. But if we're gonna have a Luigi Mansion type of story, then King Boo could be a good choice for the main villain. I will be satisfied either way, even if I don't get it the way I wanted, and that is Wario and Waluigi. I'm not gonna hate the idea of having King Boo as the main villain and King Wart as a main villain. And I said but I meant them separately. I don't think both of them will be the main villains in the same movie. But I don't think Bowser should be the main villain for the next Super Mario Bros. Movie. And before you say, you are a Bowser hater. No, I'm not. But I think it's important to give the spotlight of the main villain to other of the great Mario villains out there. And as I said, I'm a personal fan of Wario and Waluigi. I think those two could be great. Why? Because they actually show us what might happen if Mario and Luigi went down the wrong path. What if Mario got greedy? I mean, really greedy, and wanted more and more fame and money from being a hero? Would he turn out like Wario? Will Luigi turn out like Waluigi? That is that kind of story that forces the heroes to see a dark reflection of themselves that I really like. But if you don't like it, I understand. That could be boring for some people, and if you rather want to see Bowser or some other Mario's villain, I will fully understand it. There are also some talk about a Donkey Kong Country movie, and I am actually for this idea because Donkey Kong I think could be a great character. I liked him a lot in Super Mario Bros. Movie, and I think he could be better if we develop the character even more. What I will mostly see from this movie is for Donkey Kong to truly earn the respect of his father Cranky Kong. More than that, I don't have many thoughts to this. As for Star Fox, I think they can get either a movie or a TV show. I think it will work either way. I think the same for Metroid. Now, I'm gonna say it, I haven't played that many Metroid games. I've watched a few game through of Star Fox Zero on YouTube, so I understand a little bit about the story of Star Fox. At least I know a little bit about Star Fox Zero game, but I think they can work as either a movie or a TV show. I'm not sure which one they will get, so I won't talk too much about them. Now, as for Legend of Zelda, I will be satisfied either way, even if we get a movie or a TV show. I'm not sure which one I will prefer. With a TV show, you can establish the story, the lore, the character a bit better, but in a movie, you get maybe a bigger budget, you may get more talent to it. So again, I don't know which one of those directions I want to prefer. I'm going to talk about a few of the games I think could work in this Legend of Zelda project. There are 5 possible games I think a Legend of Zelda project could take inspiration from. Maybe they can take inspiration from Ocarina of Time, maybe Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, or Wind Waker. I think something lots of fans want is to see Breath of the Wild getting an adaptation to either a movie or TV show. I think the game is a little bit too new. I think it would be better if we take one of the older games first. But I could be wrong. Maybe Breath of the Wild is the perfect choice. Maybe. I'm not sure. As long as we get to see Link fight some of his greatest villain, then I'm happy. And as for Fire Emblem, and I'm gonna say it, Fire Emblem is my favorite game of Nintendo. I know, some of you think that Super Mario is the best game from Nintendo. Some of you think Legend of Zelda, but for me, it's Fire Emblem. Now, what do I want from Fire Emblem? I want a TV show, or more prefer, I want an animated, maybe anime style type of TV show. And some will ask, why not live action of it? I just like the idea of Fire Emblem getting the anime adaptation it deserves. That is why I'm not actually choosing live action. And as for which game I think they should approach, there's so many that it's hard to pick directly which one, but I have a few ideas. Why not go with the complete first Fire Emblem game? I following the story of Mark and his team. Who knows? That could be a great going back to the beginning. Or if you want to start with the first game that was released in America and Europe, why not Fire Emblem Blazing Blade? I do think that was the first game that was released in America and the West, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure, but the reason why I take Blazing Blade instead of Binding Blade is because I've read a lot about Lyn and Roy, and when I played Fire Emblem Engage, I felt like I liked the character of Lyn a little bit more than I liked the character of Roy, and that's why I'm thinking Blazing Blade is the better option. And another thing is that it can work towards Binding Blade as a sequel later. And if you want to go further there, why not make a game of Fire Emblem Path of Radiant? I said this in a previous video, I haven't played any of the Fire Emblem games before Fire Emblem Awakening, but I have studied a lot of them. And I studied a lot of Fire Emblem Path of Radiant and watched a few gameplay on YouTube, and I understand why people like the character of Ike. Ike's journey throughout Path of Radiant and Radiant Dawn, where he's constantly combating racism, is a type of story what I would like, because everyone hates a racist, and Ike is that type of character that will have no hesitation to battle them, no matter how big and powerful they are. I really think that him starting out as a mercenary and not a noble helped the character as well. But if we want to go with a real fan favorite, why not Fire Emblem Awakening? And for me, this will almost be a dream come true, because I started out with Fire Emblem from Fire Emblem Awakening. So for me, this is a really like a dream come true, like I said earlier. I really are hoping for at least one of the games that I played gets its own season. I think that if we get a Fire Emblem TV show, we will have almost maybe a few season is followed from previous. Maybe if I don't know, but I would want to see a season completely following Fire Emblem Awakening. Or, and this is too much for Ashmore, I know, but what about giving it 3 seasons? Following the story of Chrom and Luciana and Robin will be one of the best thing, I think. And I said one of the best thing, not the best thing. And one of the biggest problem I think will be with making an adaptation of Fire Emblem Awakening will be which gender they're gonna give Robin, because me personally don't care if this female or male, but some people may prefer male over female for this because that's what they picked, and others who picked female who prefer a female version, so it might be a little bit dividing, but I still think it will be great. I think this is a small problem that won't divide fans too much. So again, it's just a small problem. I think it can be easily solved. And if they're following the 3 season idea that I just mentioned, then I think that the first main villain can be Gungrel, and then follow that up with Warheart, and then culminating it all with Grima as the overarching and main antagonist of Season 3. Tell me that doesn't sound awesome! Another idea that I have really great wish for is to see a TV show of Fire Emblem Fate. But this one I'm much more specific of what I want. I don't want a main character Corrin to choose either the North or Hoshido. What I want is them to follow the story of Revelation with elements from both Bright Light and Conquest to be part of it. Some will say, that's a stupid idea. I don't think it's a stupid idea, because I think that fits the character of Corrin perfectly. When I played the game for the first time, then I didn't have the option of going for Revelation, so I picked Bright Light. But even if you do that, you betray the family who adopted you in the North. In the King Garen stole Corrin as a baby. If you choose Bright Light, you still betray the siblings that actually cared for you, that actually loved you. All 4 of them saw you as their own flesh and blood, even though they knew that you weren't. And if you picked North over Hoshido, you betrayed the birth family that was ready to take you in and treat you as their own. So which side you choose, you end up betraying the other. So I think the best choice is the choice of Revelation. But to make the story better, you implement things from both Bright Light and Conquest to make the story even better. If it's happened that we get a season and with Fire Emblem focus on Fate, then I are looking forward to see Corrin fight alongside both his families, his Bright Light family and his Conquest family. I think all of them are great characters. I really are looking forward to see them all fight side by side if this actually happen. Again, like I said with Awakening, I think the biggest problem will be which gender to choose for Corrin. Should he be male? Should she be female? I personally don't care, but I know there is a lot of fans that probably will care. So I honestly don't know. 3 of the characters want to get big roles, and main antagonist role is the character of Sora, the character of Garen, and Anarchos. Anarchos and Garen are set to get the main antagonist role. Garen and Sora might actually serve as a big antagonist early on. I know a lot of you people hate this character. I don't like him myself, and that is one of the reasons I want him to get a big role, so it will be more satisfying when he gets what he deserves. So that is why I want this character, Sora, to get a big role early on. But then again, as for main antagonists, Garen and Anarchos will most likely guaranteed serve as the main antagonist of this season. If they're not splitting it into multiple seasons, that is a possibility. The game I think most Fire Emblem fans wants to be made into a movie or TV show, personally TV show like I said earlier, is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now again, I think it's a bit one of the later game, but again, it's a really big possibility, and I is not against it, and I'm hoping for it as well. But should it be only one season type of story, or should it be a full series? I honestly don't know. And like earlier, the biggest problem is choosing before a male or female ballot. So again, biggest problem with the last 3 entries on this list, the last 3 talking points. And as for a bit of the story and what I want for the character Violet, like Corrin, I don't think Violet should choose between either of the 3 characters, nor the choice of Zeros. Don't get me wrong, I like all of it. I do like the choice of Zeros to a certain degree, and I liked Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. But I have a own thing of what I think should happen if a 3 Houses season or series happens. One of the first things I want to be in this show or season is to not have Edelgard be a straight out villain like she often are in the Fire Emblem Three Houses game and Fire Emblem Warriors. The only time she's not a villain is when you side with her. And the thing with Edelgard is that she's not completely wrong about the Church of Zeros. I don't agree with all of the things she does. Maybe have her start out a little bit antagonistic toward the church, and have her maybe act the line between anti-hero and villain, but don't make her a straight out villain. Let's say it this way, Rhea says something in Three Houses that makes her look far more of a villain than Edelgard did, and that is when anyone pointed a blade at the church, the church had to cut them down, even if they are civilians. That is something a dictator will say. And Edelgard wants to create a world where family and crest does not dictate your values. So again, Edelgard isn't 100% in the wrong. And as for Rhea, tone her down on the villain side. Look, Rhea has a lot of good qualities, even though I don't think her as a hero. But I think she could work really well as a hero if you tone down some of her more evil sides, like that whole cutting down civilians if they pointing their blade at the church. Don't get me wrong, they should restrain them and stop the rebellion, but don't go straight out killing them, because those people might not have a choice either way. So if you can tone down Rhea to not be a villain, maybe have her be a bit questionable at time to time, but not straight out evil like I felt she was at times, then I think the character of Edelgard and Rhea can work well. Edelgard starting to turn side and helping the heroes, and Rhea realized that she might not be fully in the right, and that is the type of story I want to see for those two characters. As for some part of Byleth's story I want to see, like I said earlier, is that I don't want to see him taking a straight road towards any of the other routes. Not the Church of Cerus, not Edelgard, not Dimitri, not Cloud. I want him to follow his own route in this movie or TV show and have a group of allies with him, like Alois, Herman, Manuela, and Shamir. I think forming a little team with them and walking their way of finding a way to stop this war and get everyone on the same side is the best choice. Having them team up to form a little union that is opposed to the war, but not directly opposing Edelgard or the church. Maybe they all work together to find out who the real culprit is for Falkland's suffering. That is the type of story I want to see them choosing, not to choose sides anymore. They will probably come to clashes with Edelgard's army, maybe Cloud's army, Dimitri's army, and the church at time to time, but have them choosing a path that they can stay true to and not siding with any one of them, and get everyone else on their side to stop the real villains is what I really want to see. And of course I think Talos should be the main antagonist. Some of you will say Nemesis, others will say that one, but I think Talos should be the main villain of this story. And lastly, maybe we can get a TV show about Fire Emblem Engage. Now I'm gonna say it right now, I don't think that will happen. Don't get me wrong, I like Fire Emblem Engage, but I don't think this one will get a season or a TV show. If it being part of a Fire Emblem series, then I think it will be what everything is working towards. You have all the previous characters as emblems, or not all of them, but some of the most popular of them, and the main one of them as emblems. And I think that if this gets a season, then I think this is what a Fire Emblem show will lead towards as its maximum end game. So I don't think we will get a series about it. If we get anything about this, I think we'll get a movie, but that's all. I don't think we will get a full series. I think if we get a season, it will be the final season the final arc, and that is why I'm more skeptical of this one. Don't get me wrong, I want to see it in a Fire Emblem series, but I don't know when it will happen, or if it will happen. And that's it for this video. I know the last part of this video was most of Fire Emblem, but I have to say that I'm just so big of a Fire Emblem fan, and I wanted to talk a lot about it. I may make a more bigger video about what I will want in a Fire Emblem series, TV series, later, maybe next year or late this year. I honestly don't know, but again, this is it for this video. Now let me know, do you want to see any of those things get in a movie, TV show, or do you not? Do you only care for sequels and spin-off of the Super Mario Bros. Movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would like to see you all again next time!